It is 6:02. I will call this building committee to order. I have Ray, Mike, myself, and Mark all present and accounted for. Do I have a motion on the agenda, revisions and approval?
Move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Mike and Ray, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
That passes. Approval of the minutes, March 8th, 2021. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve March 8th, 2021 minutes.
Second.
Mark and Ray. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes. Moving on to reports and updates. Director of Building and Grounds, Fund 10 Projects and Facility Services. Mr. Erickson.
Hello. In the packet, you have the latest update on the pool tiling. On March 23rd, Brittany Altendorf and I met with representatives from C.D. Smith and Lippert Flooring and Tile to discuss the pool deck tiling. During this meeting, Les Lippert, president of Lippert Flooring and Tile, spoke about the issues we are experiencing and how they would like to proceed with the repairs to determine what is causing the issue with the deck. Below are pictures of two areas which tiles were removed. The tiles with the white on the back came from an area which is constantly wet. It appears chemically treated pool water could be getting under the tile and reacting with the mastic. It's unknown for sure. The tile with the gray backing is in a dry area by the doors entering the pool. This is what the mastic should look like when tile gets removed. Different grout was used on the areas which were repaired. These areas, along with the rest of the deck, will be inspected regularly to monitor the grout and for any tile issues. Any issues will be immediately reported to determine if any of the repairs are failing or if it is in areas which have the original tile work on it.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can I chime in just a little bit about the meeting we had with Lippert Flooring and C.D. Smith? Because the concerns we're seeing is happening. So the pool is here, and from the pool to a certain few, what is it, inches? Feet? Inches?
Well,
From the pool out to where Newman did the tile.
where Newman did the tile is only about 4 to 6 inches away
Okay.
from the.
So Newman Pool put in the tile from the pool to 4 to 6 inches and put in the grout. There's no concern with that tile. Then the tile starting after Newman to like the drain is where we're seeing the issues. So water's coming and going into the drain, so constant water. So that's where you're seeing the white tile, the white underneath there. So something's happening where it's taking away the grout. So we were going to fix that over spring break when our pool was closed. And first we were like, why are we fixing something? Because I don't want to keep patching the pool area until we eventually paid for the whole pool to be replaced, right? So I said we need to come up with some type of a plan. So they did this and they put different grout in there. We're going to keep watching it each month to see if that grout stays where it's supposed to be or if it does the same type of thing. We've also reached out to PRA to say, have you spec'd this at other pools in schools? And we are waiting for a response from them. They said they did, and they have spec'd this before, but Lippert Flooring says they've never used this grout before on any type of pools. So that was a concern to us. So Lippert Flooring is going to keep coming in and checking it to see if any other new areas are going to have the same grout issue. And we are also going to get an estimate from Lippert Flooring if they needed to redo all around the entire pool from the Newman part to the drain to see how much that would cost. So then we can have a conversation with the people that spec'd it, just so we have all the information.
Okay, you said they're using different grout in that area. Are they using different mastic as well? It sounds like they're not.
They're using a typical thin set mastic. They feel it's it's a modified polymer grout that was spec'd out versus a sanded grout. They don't feel that was the proper application for a modified. They think that a modified is good grout for areas for occasional water, but not for areas that have constant water, like a pool deck would have. And that's where their feelings are on what's failing.
That kind of makes sense.
What's the sheet I have, the spec sheet? No.
You have the spec sheet now.
The spec sheet. spec sheet that Lippert Ford gave us from the grout company says that this grout should not be used in pool areas or areas that have constant water, like a shower. I know that doesn't have constant water like a shower, but as you know, water goes over the pool constantly. So we have that stating that it shouldn't have been used in pool areas or shower areas, so that's the first
So
one.
I'm guessing this was a PRA spec that made it the way that it was?
That was a PRA spec, yes.
Okay. That answers my question.
Answer my question.
Anyone else? Okay.
All right, as part of the yearly maintenance on the pool as well, you'll see the repairs that were done to the diving board stanchions. The maintenance staff actually pulled them all out. They painted them and replaced them back in. One of the things that we discovered though is because of the design of the pool, it's right over the return well on that side. There is no hollow points underneath that, in that deck. There's no place for that water to run to in them. So what they made an attempt, and we're gonna have to keep monitoring and inspecting this, is to seal the cap off so the water doesn't get in there. So it's a peel and take type caulk. In a few months, we'll peel it back, see if the paint job is holding up and everything, and then reapply it as well. Hopefully that'll solve the issue of the rusting.
Okay.
Also done during spring break, we had some tuck pointing work at County Line.
Done?
Before pictures.
Done. Quick
Yes,
question.
So you're saying those weep holes don't go anywhere? That's-
3 of them were weeping, the other ones, they drilled quite a bit down. They didn't want to end up going through the top of the deck because it's actually where the, I don't know what you call it, I'm not a swimming person, where the water sprays out when you're diving so that you know where the surface of the water is. That's where that area is, and that's why it ended up being a solid deck.
Okay,
There's no gravel underneath it, you got open air underneath about 6 inches of concrete.
all right.
They went down, I guess, 3 or 4 inches, and they were to the point where they felt they were going to start going through the deck if they continued drilling down.
Yeah, okay.
And then you'll see that there's some before and after pictures of some tuck pointing that we did at County Line School. The one that really stands out is the second set of pictures. That is the west entrance by the parking lot. You can tell how much the bricks were gone and definitely needed to be replaced. We also have them scheduled to continue with the tuck pointing out of next year's budget, so they'll be doing that in July and August as well. More on the north side of the building versus the west side this time. Any questions?
Nope.
Before you also is a proposal for a planting of a tree in memorial of Joel Lemonrod. Joel was an alumni of Germantown High School, class of 2015, who passed away August 19, 2019. Joel was an incredible son, brother, teammate, classmate, and friend to hundreds of members of the Germantown community. And as some of Joe's closest friends, a group of us got together and came up with a plan to plant a tree with a small plaque in Joe's memory at GHS. We worked with Coach Jake Davis to make this idea a reality and had come up with the plan to plant such a tree alongside the Mark McAllen's Earth Week tree planting. Then COVID-19 hit. All of those plans were put on hold. Now we're back with a new plan to plant the tree and this proposal for potential tree locations. They'd like to plant the tree mid to late spring 2021. They prefer to try to do it at the beginning of May. What they're looking to plant is a ginkgo tree is their first choice, and an oak tree is their backup choice. I approved the locations, the third location that they were looking at trying to put it at. The reason I don't approve of the first one is because we have a lot of utilities in that location. I didn't approve of the second one because I don't know if you guys are familiar with a ginkgo tree. I had to look it up to find out what it is. They're a very messy tree. They drop a lot of stuff. They can have berries on them depending on what breed, what strain it is and everything. And that second location is too close to the track. It would have created all kinds of difficulties with the track. So that's why I said it was okay for them to put it at the third location. It's far enough away from the track. It's out of the way. Even if it does end up being a tall oak tree, because everybody knows how big oak trees can get, it should be a fine location.
So you're asking for us to okay the third spot?
I was a little confused whether I needed you guys to approve this or not, as long as it was something that I said they could move forward with. I believe this is more informational for you.
Okay.
And wanted you to be aware of the reasons why I chose the type of tree, or the location, especially based on the type of trees they were proposing. If you feel that a motion's necessary?
No.
No?
Um,
Okay, great.
Is that the west side of the track or the field?
That is on the south side of the track.
South
It's
side.
by the concession stand.
Okay.
It's
I got
on
it.
the lower area where the baseball field is.
The only thing I would comment on those trees, I'm not sure how they hold, if you're storing snow with salt in it. I'm not sure if the ginkgo holds up well with salt.
It did say it did.
Okay,
I
know the oak.
Salt in this location anyhow.
okay, then you're probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I do like the
I was
look of
kinda surprised at that.
the ginkgo tree over the oak tree, but that's my personal opinion.
Well, I wanted to give a little bit of latitude on the type of tree.
Oak trees are messy too.
Yep, you got all the nuts that you get off of it, the leaves, so it was kind of a dino piece which one. And this is a good location that if it is a messy tree, it's not gonna have a lot of kids walking through it or anything. It's not gonna be a slippery issue.
Okay. Anyone have any objection?
Sounds good.
Okay, I say go ahead.
Great. The next is a request from Rockfield to install a dugout pit. This is, again, informational. This is not a permanent structure. I just wanted to make sure that the committee was aware that they're looking to install one. This can be moved at any time if it's found to be in the way, especially when it comes to snow removal and items on the playground area where they're proposing to put it. The PTA is paying for it along with the matting and all the equipment to start playing with the cockpit.
That's what we like to hear.
I had to look that up, I didn't know what that was.
Oh, we like cockpits.
It's becoming very popular. We actually have them here, one at Amy Bell here, we have one at County Line as well. I think it's just a matter of time till all the elementaries want one. I did require the rubber matting. At first, they didn't want to put it in, but our insurance company would endorse it without the matting.
Good.
Okay, that's all I had.
Okay.
Then there's track resurfacing.
And we have no unfinished business and no, or new business. We have Germantown High School track resurfacing.
All right, before you are the 3 quotes that I received from 3 different companies to resurface the track at Germantown High School. Athletic Field Service came in the least expensive. They actually, after talking to them, they suggested using the LR6 as a base because it's a faster track. It's not as soft and squishy. And then they also had some history on the track. They actually did this last time in 1998, and they resurfaced it in 2011. He said for 22 years we've gotten our use out of our track, and it's definitely time to redo it in this method. With this, in about 8 to 10 years, we would add another 2 mil layer. The 2 mil layer for maintenance presently is $48,000. After you add that additional layer, you should be good to go at least 20 to 25 years before you would have to resurface it again.
So the LR8 is what we used before?
That is what they used before on it,
Okay.
yes. Fisher's Tracks actually proposed to use a polyurethane mat system, which was more expensive to begin with, plus then when it comes time to replace it, you actually have to mill off a layer of the asphalt and then repave it in order to redo the surface when it comes time to replace the polyurethane. Some schools have started to go with the polyurethane mat system. I think for our purposes, the Flex Seal will be fine, Steel Flex.
Okay.
Is our recommendation to move forward with the athletic field service quote for $91,000 to apply the Seal Flex LR6 system. This work would be completed during July.
And we have this budgeted, I assume? Okay.
For the capital fund.
Yes, it's in the capital plan.
Okay. Any other comments? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to move to the full board for a positive recommendation to the board, the athletic field service, the track resurfacing, applying the Seal Flex LR6 to the athletic field service for a cost not to exceed $91,000.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mark seconds. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes. All right, look for one more motion.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Mike and Ray. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes. We are adjourned at 6:18. Thank you all for coming.